Happening now, USDA Undersecretary Luke Lindberg is in Kansas, where he's set to tour ag operations and have conversations that are focused on the Food for Peace program, which originally started in the state. Senator Jerry Moran taking part in the event. He joins us now for an update. Senator, always appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. What do you hope to share with Undersecretary Lindberg about your home state and the production there out of Kansas?
Well, it's a great time to have USDA officials in Kansas. Incidentally, today begins the 98th annual FFA State Convention here on the campus of Kansas State University. And we're delighted to be surrounded by young men and women from across the state of Kansas who are looking for a future in agriculture and agribusiness, but are also, we're trying to make sure they provide leadership to the state of Kansas and to our country. It's a really special day on campus. And then to have the Undersecretary Luke Lindberg with us. He will join Congressman Tracy Mann and I in conversations with certainly K-State and the programs that are here on campus that do research and support the growing opportunities for us to export and to produce and feed the world. But Kansas has a special place in its heart for food hunger programs, including particularly Food for Peace. A farmer in northwest Kansas in Cheyenne County a number of years ago had an idea at a Farm Bureau meeting and said, what are we doing with this grain on the ground when there's hungry people around the world? And it went from there. And Food for Peace was created by President Eisenhower, a Kansan, supported by Senator Dole, a Kansan, and we continued that tradition. And the Food for Peace program went away in the early days of the Trump administration. It was eliminated by the State Department. The USDA picked up and that program. We've introduced legislation, I as a senator and Tracy Mann as a congressman, to transfer. It's been temporarily transferred, the program, to USDA, and we're trying to make that permanent. So we want the secretary, the undersecretary, to see what the capabilities are, and I know he knows so much about this, and we have a strong advocate for feeding the world, for the moral and economic reasons that this matters to Kansas and American agriculture.
Yes, Senator, obviously a lot of pride, a lot of history there with getting to start this program in your home state. Talk about the program, why it's important to be moved to the USDA, and what it means to have this program really return to its core functions.
Well, Food for Peace, those food programs were originally at the Department of Agriculture. Over time, they became a State Department program. The State Department certainly has its hands full with what's going on in the world. And I generally think that USDA is the place the program should be. But certainly if the State Department is not interested or unable to continue to pursue this program, we've worked with the Trump administration to make certain that we find a home for it. And USDA has been very welcoming, very interested in leading the effort to feed the world. I mean, this is useful. I mean, I think there's a significant reason is moral reasons. I remember driving through, just like the farmer in St. Francis that helped start this program. A couple years ago in a small town, Kensington, drove by the elevator and saw grain sorghum piled to higher than the elevator, and yet recognize that people around the world go to bed hungry. Why can't we take there's no surplus in grains, it's just that we haven't utilized them yet. And we take those grains and feed people, and that certainly helps them and creates a relationship that the United States needs with developing countries. But it also is an economic opportunity to put grain into the market at a time in which fertilizer prices, as you just highlighted, but the cost of production is so high and the commodity prices are so low. It's a real challenge in agriculture today. I've said this and I believe it. It's the most difficult time during my time as an elected official for farmers and ranchers. And in part that's true in Kansas because it was preceded by 5 years of a drought. We're just not financially in the setting, the capability to weather another difficult storm. Also, while I was home, I looked at fire damage in Kansas, another problem that is challenging our state as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that, of course, this initiative and Food for Peace is in this farm bill. Your thoughts, Senator, as we wait for action in the Senate, what's next with the farm bill?
Well, we are very grateful to the House. The House of Representatives Farm Bill transfers the program to USDA. As I say, we have an amendment to the Farm Bill. We expect it to be included in the Senate version of the Farm Bill. I would tell you that the Republican and Democratic members, so bipartisan members of the Ag Committee, met last week to hash out our differences, to see what the path forward is in getting a farm bill done in the Senate and sending it back to the House to make the modifications or accept our modifications and get it signed by the President. And I expect Food for Peace to be a provision in the Farm Bill now in the House, soon to be in the Senate bill, and it's a provision that will become law. And Luke Lindberg will have a significant opportunity to further administrate a very important program for the United States, for agriculture, and for the world.
Well, thank you, Senator, as always, for your time. Have an incredible day today there with Undersecretary. And we, as always, appreciate you being here on RFD-TV. U.S. Senator Jerry Moran of Kansas.